Good evening, good morning, wherever you happen to be. I was trying to set this up as a live presentation, but something went wrong. So I'm going to pre-record it and set it up, upload it later. My name is Curtis Kojo Morrow, and I'm a senior artist, actually 88 years younger. And my intentions now is to, share some of my experience with some of my peoples and the world in general. Well, whoever that might be interested. And I'll do so by, I guess I can do so by just talking about myself. Like the title implies, at age 88, I have a lot of, and then I can recall incidents, when I was actually 4 or 5 years old. So I have a lot of, recollection, but I won't share all those at this time. I'll just start off with some of the books I wrote, because everything that I'm talking about is in these memoirs. These are the 2 memoirs here. I don't know if you can see them or not. But anyway, I'll upload them and you'll be able to see them. Let me see if I can change this around a bit. And let's see, where are you now? Where are you? I can't even find anything here. Okay, let me get this off so again. That way I'll be able to locate it. Oh, here you are, here. Okay, now I can see myself. All right. A little humor. We're going a long way. Okay, so now I got to focus in this way. I'm a Korean War veteran, so that's also, this is my first memoir here I wrote. Actually, 1950. I joined the army to see the world, and I ended up in Korea, front line, adventure hunting. And but anyway, I made it. I survived 9 months there, 9 months on the front, and then a couple of years in Japan, about 2.5, which was the highlight of my military experience. That was beautiful and very impressive, but you'll be able to read about that too. Now this book has a new title due to the fact that it was published before electronic books and all that, which is great. So that enabled me to do a ebook version. I could print an ebook version, which has a different title. The ebook version is Black Warriors in Korea. That's the title of it. Okay, but the paperback is What's a Commie Ever Done to Black People? And that's you'll read about all this in here. So after the service, I got sort of disillusioned, so I ended up going to Africa. About 9 years after I was discharged from the service, and the first book was. This was self-published again. I don't think you can see it very well, but it's a self-published book. And afterwards, I managed to I found a publisher, and that's on my Amazon account. So everything is pretty well easy. So after that, I got bit by someone told me I should write a book. So I said, well, after I gave it a little thump, And I said, well, that's a good idea. It sounds good to me. So I wrote several books. You know, most of these are picture books here. I have another one. I have Obama Journey to the White House. You know, it's got close to 200 pages in here. And there's a photo. I started taking pictures of him as a freelance photographer when he first thought about running, or when he first started running, which was he ran first for what did he run for? The State Senate, Illinois State Senate, and he won that. Then from there, you know, he ran for Senate, and afterward he ran for president. So I managed to keep his photos. You know, I kept all of my photographs that I kept. And during the grand opening, you see some included here in here. I went there to witness the grand opening of the Smithsonian Museum of African American Culture and History, or History and Culture. So after that, I printed another one here. This is all on Amazon, so I'm trying to do so much here. I'm trying to talk and show these up here. But anyway, this is the Artist Odyssey. I have photos here of some of my early work, living in West Africa, and, you know, some of my first works from carving cow horn, and when I returned to the States 11 years later, it was supposed to be a 2-week vacation, which ended 11 years. Anyway, you can check that out when you read the book. And on my return, I converted my carving skill into model making, jewelry model making. You know, making wax carving of jewelry. And that was my livelihood. On the side, I got into photography. And so these are some of the photos doing different assignments. I'm not going to even try to explain all this while I'm doing it. But, you know, I traveled to different places, to Bermuda, South America, cruising. I have another copy of this book, which is, the photos are larger, you know, so you can check. You have to check all that out on Facebook. And then photos of my paintings, and quite a few, in fact. This is some of my work, some of my visual art, which is what I'm doing now. And thanks to the social media and internet and so forth, I'm able to, you know, self-publish. So that's that. Let me show you one more thing here. I got, if I can reach them. Oh yeah, here. These are calendar notebooks, which I decided to do some using some of my photos, some of the, well, actually some of my paintings, you know, and the calendar. That's space for notes here. Also got that going. So you see, I got this is the little pocketbook size here. So you have many of these paintings are sold. That's good. Okay, so here's a children's book too on African mythology. You know, African Ghana. I was in Ghana. That's where I live most of the time. And the children's mothers would tell their little tots different stories. You know, mythology about different subjects. So, but all this story, this is also in the, you know, in my book too. And then I visit some schools there These are school kids. They're probably in college now because this book was published, when was it? Oh, 2007. 2007, yeah. Okay. And so here's, what else? Oh, here's the larger version here of calendars here. And there's several others. Now I'm working on, what they call color books for adults. I didn't know, but yet adults like to, and children, they can also, from age 8 to 88, they like to color books. And so this is here. Okay. And what else do I have here? This is the same thing here. Well, like I said, there are more in my, on my website, which is also attached to the information. Okay, I'm going to put this back here. And, because people ask me, I guess most artists ask the same question, like, what inspired you to paint? Well, in my case, most of my paintings really is based on reminiscing. Just reminiscing because I've been so many places. I lived in different countries, mainly Africa and Asia. And so I'm impressed, and so I think about as I reminisce, I can just paint, draw, sketch something that, a reflection that occurred 50 years ago or 5 years ago or whatever. Right now, as you see, one of my big thoughts now is cruising. I took my first cruise. I went on my first cruise in 2008, and I've been hooked ever since then. And so I said I might as well try to make these cruises pay for themselves, because I can't afford it. So I started, the idea came about doing photo journals, travelogue, just taking pictures and put them in books. Travel books, and so that's what I do. Really. So that one here, I need something I can point here. This is the one I'm working on at the present here. This one here, I guess you can see it. Let me stand it. This is one I'm working on here, and I use my base color is acrylic. I can take this out here. And here's one I'm working on now. This is on cardboard. Matter of fact, both of these are on board. But I have others, I also have, on YouTube, I have, a virtual tour of my gallery and me working, etc. Things that artists do. So this pandemic is it's a good time for me because it gives me a chance. It keeps me out of the street. Not that I'm out that much now because there's so much to do here. Like writing memoirs. I think most seniors have a story, but artists is in a sort of a better position because we can draw and paint. And I'm teaching myself to write. I never, I wasn't educated to be a writer. It's just something that come up about 20, 25 years ago. So I figured, what the heck, why not, So right at this time, I'm a little beyond hunting, pecking. I can just about remove my eyes from the keyboard, when I type. But I'm getting there, And it's a nice, it's an adventure, and I enjoy doing it. So, what else can I say? I guess I could say, anyway, so these are what I'm working on here now at the presses here. I hope you can see them rather well. And, okay, yeah, well, attached to this video, you'll see a virtual tour, a website, so you'll be able to see what I'm doing, how I'm doing it now. And I'm not much of a talker. There I go apologizing again. But, so that's why I paint. Because hell, talk all that. Okay? So, that's it. So anyway, and the background music is koto. Oh, by the way, I did learn Japanese a bit. Matter of fact, I was pretty good, but that was like 50, 60 years ago, 70 years ago. Well, watashi wa nihongo skoshi desu ka? Ima watashi say sayonara gozaimasu ka? And in the Ghanaian tree, that's one of the languages. Yebeshiabio, it means we shall meet again on YouTube and social media, because I'm there now, reminiscing by way of my beautiful art. And hey, you know, sometimes people buy, but it's not. I don't care about that because I'm not dependent on it for livelihood anymore. As an artist, I have managed to, anyway, art, that's another story, being an artist, and especially earning a living as an artist, which is all explained how I got into it, how I managed to do it in my book, my SANKOFA, because I went to Ghana in 1865. I quit the post office. I figured I'd go there for a year and paint, accumulate paintings, and send paintings back to the States, you know, to a gallery. A friend of mine who owned an art gallery in her house. That was in New York. But shortly after I arrived in Accra, in Ghana, for you who are familiar, there was a military coup, and Nkrumah government was, you know, was taking over. He was out of the country at the time. So then I just had to figure out a way to survive. Either that or return to the States, and I wasn't ready to do that. God, hell, I only been there 5 months when the coup happened. So I'm looking around, and there was no way I could get a job, because any job that I could have done that I would have qualified for doing was something that the Ghanaians could do. So I had to create a job, and at the same time, I had to make it possible to hire someone else, to employ someone else. And as a visual artist, nobody's going to buy paintings, not where I were. That was before tourists started coming in, because I'm talking about 1865. So there was a very few people came to Africa as tourists. Most of the expatriates there, that's what they were, expatriates, and also was teaching on the university level, and also entrepreneur and business people, people who was representing businesses. And then there was also the American Embassy and their staff. So naturally, I couldn't qualify for any of that. I mean, I dropped out of high school in the ninth grade, really, to join the Army. And that was as far as my preliminary education went. I did take some studies. I took a course in art, the fundamentals, but I didn't want to go any further because I wasn't interested in studying other artists, the old timers art, because that would have meant I would have ended up trying to copy their styles. All I wanted in art school was the fundamentals, how to use, to paint the different media, composition, color, etc. So, hey, I think it was about 3 or 4 months, so I had that. But I was lucky. I was able to be discovered by a graduate artist, and he took me in as an understudy. And that was great. I learned how to be an artist, how to see artists as an artist, and how to capture images, how to draw, which was the most important thing. And I took it from there. From there, I decided to go to New York and try to develop my own style. And developing a style is like, practicing your penmanship. First, the more you do it, eventually you perfect a particular style of, painting. And so that's where I'm at now, which is good too. I said I wanted to take this out. I don't know if you can see me doing this or not, but I do it. Let me see. I'm trying to get the people up here. So that's about where I'm at now. I'm enjoying myself. I know I'm fortunate. I was very fortunate. The Creator has been nice to me. And I've enjoyed my senior year. And, I found too, there's so many things that we have here that sometimes you take things for granted in life, especially here in the States, in America, which is, it's great. I have a very good understanding why people risk their life just to get here, to take up on something, to take advantage of some of the opportunity that we have made available, and which is all good. I don't have no problem with it, because everyone who come here to this country, my country, I can say, because hell, I fought for it. I mean, I fought on the battlefield, and most of my comrades that was with me, many of them they're no longer with us, or they're not able to tell their story, which is why I'm telling their stories, because I have to tell their stories in order to tell mine, because I'm not a one-man army. I wasn't a one-man army. All my life, I've been a soldier, a freedom fighter in Africa, but I didn't do any fighting over there. I was available. It just so happened that things happened that prevented it. But I was ready. I was game. And also for the civil rights struggle, I took part in that. I marched with did quite a bit of marching, demonstration. I participated in with Jesse Jackson and New York, and even in Ghana. We did demonstrations there. just to express our opinion of it and our support. This is not stable. This thing gonna fall. So I better leave it until after I finish. I don't want that thing to fall over. So it's been an interesting life. I feel, some people pray for other people to come and save them. Or they pray to, for for justice, which is good. That's good too. We need all that. But then, as always, there's also the ones that do it. And I see nowadays the younger generation, they're really doing it. In fact, I got to take my hat off to you guys. I'm proud of you. You're speaking up, and thankful to social media. You don't have to go through that third party, the media, because the media, they only print or talk about what they are told to talk about or to write about, So now it's, the younger generation, they out there doing it. But I also think and feel that we seniors should make it known of how they came about and what it took to make this country the most powerful country and the greatest, I'll say, the greatest country in the world. And it was, excuse me to say, but it was by force. Nobody gave America the freedom and all the different privileges that we have here wasn't given. It was taken. And some of the history, most of our history is not very nice, as you are discovering now. And some of us has known for quite a while. And that's why a lot of the monuments and it's being removed. I think they don't have to be removed, just leave them, but tell the truth, just give tell the correct history. Now all that is going to have to be done, and I know it will be done, but it will be done by the younger generation, because that's what happened. When things become known, then that's when changes take place. That's when, some cases we might have waited too late or too long, but all that is still up to the it's up to you guys, the younger people. Oh, hell, I don't live. Most seniors, well, they live to be the age that they are. So, right now, what I'm doing here is I'm touching up. I'm painting over the acrylic. I just, with oil paint. That's what I'm doing now. I don't think I want to do this again. I think I rather, canvas is much better. I enjoy canvas because the paint seems to adhere, much more quicker than it do with when you're using, especially if you're working on paper. So that's it for me. Painting really is a way of expressing, and it's also a way of storytelling. So that's how now see, these two drawings here, these were actually drawings that I made, I think it was around 1872. It was 1872. I have sketch pads here that I brought back with me. you know, you put stuff over in the corner somewhere and you forget about it for years. So I thought about it. I was going through some old sketchbook and I said, well, let me do this thing up here. I made a painting of it. This is just a copy of the painting. You'll find that on my, you find it on my online gallery. But, so I decided to make a collage, you know, and so you know how that goes. One thing leads to another and you end up with a painting. So that's what I did. Oh, this was the grand opening of Labadi Beach. Those who have been to Ghana going to by all means you have to check this place out. It's one of the, I think it's a 4 or 5 star hotel now. But, you know, that should be interesting. You got everything there. You got telephone, you have social media, they have, they have everything. And Reminiscing, I mean, matter of fact, I only saw one telephone during the 11 years that I lived there, from 1965 to 1976, and that one wasn't working. Somebody had cut the doggone line, and you know what they do is cut the line, telephone line, and make jewelry out of it. Sure. You know, take them and make copper bracelets, and, you know, earrings. I didn't do it. Well, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't tell you guys. I wouldn't encourage you. But that's what was happening. And so things are, life is much better here now, much better, period. So the future is not for me now, it's for you guys. Yeah, you got to deal with it. There's no way around it. Because now the truth is going around. Everybody know the truth. I mean, you know, it's so easy. Because we don't have to just rely on our news media. You can look at the others. We can also explore the other person's food. And that's what's going on. I didn't do that. Okay, so anyway, this is my assignment for today. I'm going to go over all this painting. I have to tack this down because it's just sitting here, and I don't want no accidents falling over. That's one of the things about painting in a small space. Although I have a pretty large place, but it's an apartment here. But the thing is, it's you know, you don't want to, you know how oil paints are too, it can get very messy. I'm just giving you a turnaround. Okay? And like I said, this is Chicago, Brownsville here. That's looking east. The rising sun. It rises right about there somewhere, right about over there, In fact, the camera's pointed towards there. Now, let me see, can I get this down front? Yeah. So some mornings I, you know, take it from. All this is a senior center here, and I won't call the name of it. And then here we have, I don't know if you can see it or not. But there's some part, oh wait a minute, I know what I can do. You gotta check this out here. I can pick this up here without knocking something over. I mean, that's cool. Okay, yeah. Now you, wait a minute, not yet. Ladies and gentlemen, you are, where are you? Can I get you here? I'm trying to show you. Well, anyway, that's downtown Chicago. Anyway, you have to get that next time. But you're viewing downtown Chicago. A little bit further to your left here. Where are you? Oh, there it is. Mm. Okay, come on. This is a heck of a camera. Okay. Okay, so this is Lake Michigan. There, that's Lake Michigan. And then I should be able to get down there. I probably can if I put it over here. Now, okay, just let's see. Can I get you? Curtis, what's happening? Okay, that's good enough. There she is. Okay, so that's downtown Chicago. That's my view every day. You know, you see Wilson Tower, and I'm here doing my painting and writing and creating and just having a ball. Okay, let me take that down. Now, okay, so now that I have accomplished this much without knocking over anything, now I'll get back to my creation. Okay, so it's now about a half an hour, a little over. So what I'll do now is work on this painting in a minute because I wanted to change this here. I'm still into my checkerboard. Checkerboard stuff. So if you don't mind, you can bear with me for a few more minutes. I'll try to put a little color in here while it's on my mind. Like the saying goes, you never miss your water till your well runs dry. I don't know what this is called. oil paint over acrylic. That's what I'm doing now. Save a lot of paint like that. Because you can mix that oil paint, acrylic paint with acrylic, and it spreads further. And after it's dry, then apply oil paint over it. That's what I'm doing. So the acrylic is dry. Mixed with gristle. Okay, I'm gonna leave that for a while now. And I wanted to do this on live, but I couldn't do it live because the camera, it didn't have enough, what do you call it, FBS. It was asking for more. So, and I could use the one on my computer, a laptop here, but I have to, do a whole lot of maneuvering, which I didn't want to go to. So I said, well, hell with it. I'll just do, use what I have, and then upload it later. So that's the plan. Once I finish, is to upload it later. Okay? Okay, so as for now, I'm going to sign off, and anybody have any questions or comments or something, I would appreciate it. You can put them in your comment back if you like it or if you dislike, just whatever your opinion, because that's how we grow artists. That's how we improve. It's the other artists and non-artists critiquing our work, and so we couldn't make it without it. Okay, so feel free to just tell me whatever your opinion are and your comments are. Just take a second and just put it in the comment box. Okay? All right. Take care. Stay safe. Wear your mask. And hey, do what you gotta do. Everybody do what they have to do. All right. Peace. Talk to you later. Have a great day. All right. Turn this thing off here now.